Welcome to part 9 of this video series concerning the construction of a Lineside Hut Bowsider coach. At the end of the last video I promised you to give you an overview of the inside of the coach now that all the internal panels, interior panels are there. So here we go. The last time we did the third class and I've got the first class in. The only ones that we're missing now actually are the vertical finishing off the interior panels for the first class, and we'll get on with them once we get on to the first class compartment seating. So we're going to continue with the interior of the coach, starting in this video with fitting the carpets. The kit features an actual soft material carpet floor, a sort of felt if you like, what it is actually. On the reverse of that piece of carpet material is written what compartment that particular piece of carpet is for, and there's also a sign that says which way the carpet should be facing, because you see the words door. So let's take the carpet out of the packaging, check doors, so it should be going in this way into the first class, and it should be going in like that, but we need to trim it. So I don't know whether you can see that, it's at the edge of the door there, but on this side it's it needs trimming. At the seat sides it's okay, but this is really not too bad because the seat's going to be covering that, but this bit needs sorting. Okay, so we'll trim this off a bit, take about that much off. Try and fit it again. That looks fine. Take it out. Okay, here we go. I think it's important to get it as right as you can. That's better. It's about equal. Okay, there we go. So I'll crack on with the rest and I'll come back to you once the last one's done. Piece of carpet now in this third class compartment. It's the smallest, so it's the most fiddly. So you'll have to excuse my head in front of the camera. But have a check. Let me have a look. Yep, there we are. Just push that down a bit with something like this. Push it down in the corners. That one as well. Yeah, we're done. So there we have it. Looks a lot better now with carpets in the floor. And as you can see, it cost me a bit of cutting. But they're all fitted now. And now we can crack on with the next part, the seating. So we're going to crack on with the third class seating, and they're actually benches in the third class, and in the kit all the components to do with the third class seating, they come in one package, this one. So we'll open it up. So let's take a quick look at the components of one of the benches. On top we've got the 3 upholstery cushions. They'll obviously go on as last. The piece with the planking etched into it is the front vertical part. The piece with the round edges at one side, that is the top of the bench, and this is the rear of the bench. So they'll go together like that, and then they will go, let me bring the chair in, the coats in, and then they'll go in like that. So while I'm mixing this epoxy, just let me explain the situation. We're going to be attaching the plain rear leg, if you like, to the bench seat. The bench seat is clamped between a plate of glass and just a normal piece of scrap wood, and we're going to be gluing it onto this side. So we just made up some epoxy, and we'll just put that on here now. We'll fit it on here, goes right to the end, and then we'll just check that it's at right angles, like that. Check both sides, looks okay, and we'll leave that to dry. So that's had time to dry. Let's take all the bits and pieces out and see what we've got. There we go, and it's vertical. Happy with that. Don't know whether you can see that. Okay, then we'll concentrate on the other side now. Okay, we're going to glue in the front leg now. So what I've got, again, the piece is clamped in between, but this time I've got an extra piece of scrap wood with a vertical side, and that's been clamped on at just about 3mm inwards from the edge. So I've got something to rest the front legs against once the glue's on. So we're going to give that a go. Apply it to the edge. Okay, here we go. So there it is. And we'll leave that to set. Okay, it's had time to set. Let's remove all the bits and pieces. Okay, there we have it. One third-class bench. Very simple construction, really. So I'll get back to you once I've made the other 7. So all 8 of the benches have been made up. We'll just fit the last 2 just to check. And just show you them. And there on the other side. They now need to be stained and varnished. I'll get on with that off camera. 2 coats of the wood stain, teak wood stain, and then a coat of clear varnish on top. And I'll get back to you once all that's done, and we'll fit these benches in proper. So the third-class benches are now stained in their teak, and we're now ready to crack on with the next stage. Now with the first coach that I built, I actually mounted the seats first and then put the upholstery in, and that was extremely fiddly. So what I'm going to do this time is add the cushions first to the benches and then mount them into the coaches. So let's go, just to put a dab of epoxy on. Okay, there's the first one. Let's crack on with the rest. So all the cushions are on. So we're now going to mount the third-class benches into the coach. Just put a little bit of glue at the back here, just to mount them onto this, to help to stabilize them. Put a bit of glue on. I've got tweezers to help me there just a bit, and we'll See if we can get something sorted. There we go. So there's the first one, and we'll crack on with all of them now. I'll come back to you once they're all on. Okay, the last one. Okay, we'll just let all that dry now. Okay, so there we have the third class benches sorted. Beginning to come along now. Very pleased.